Okay, well, this is Rob, Radio Free Cybertron, and I'm back with the next batch of reviews for the Devastator set. This is Rampage and Hightower. Rampage turns into Devastator's leg, and Hightower is Devastator's arm. Now, as you can tell, they're a little different looking. Rampage, he looks pretty close to how he did in the movie, being that he didn't really walk. He just kind of pogoed around, which was a little odd. His deluxe he did that too. His deluxe toy kind of breaks the form by having a separate mode where he gets an extra set of legs. He has extra legs, which makes him stand a lot better. The Legends toy is made enough so that he can stand in his pogo type mode, and you know he has ball socket joints on his arms, and you know he's not the most riveting looking robot mode, but he actually still looks pretty close to who he's supposed to look like. Hightower on the other arm, other other arm. I don't know what's going on here. This is his robot mode. He turns into a crane, obviously, and in the movie, pretty much you just saw parts fold and getting slammed together when Devastator formed. You know, there's a billion Constructicons in that movie, and any of them could have really been. There could be a million Devastators for all we know the way that movie went. So Hightower here, I guess they kind of worked up a robot mode for his toy, and what a weird mode they did. It kind of looks like a scorpion or some sort of insect the way it works out here with a little tail. It could be a stinger, little weird little velociraptor arms, and the camera probably isn't picking this up too well. He's got this bizarre little face underneath his cage. Hightower's a very strange looking little robot. He's obviously just a filler toy because, hey, you know, we didn't really get to see him in robot mode, and if we did, it was folding and then in place. So, and I could be wrong, he might have been woo in the background during that big Egypt battle scene. That was such a busy scene, it's easy enough to miss something like that. But yeah, Hightower's a little odd. Of these two, Rampage has the more solid robot mode. As far as the Devastator set goes, these are the really most non-traditional robot modes of the whole batch. Mixmaster and Scavenger, they were pretty close, but they still were big, bulky robot types. And Rampage is there. He's got his pogo stick leg, kind of leaning to my whole saying that movie molds are a lot like Beast Machines, Vehicons. He kind of lends that to my theory there. Hightower here is something completely else. Hightower looks more along the lines of a man. I don't even know what Hightower looks like he would be from. I almost want to say a Starior, but Starior's had a little bit more organized robot modes. Well, robot forms. He's definitely odd. He almost looks like he'd be a pet, as opposed to a full-on robot. He's really neat looking, and in his weirdness. I kind of like him, and I kind of don't. I'm not sure. I like him as an arm, and I like him as a crane. In the robot mode, I don't know. It's like I keep thinking he should be their dog or something. I don't know what to think of his robot mode. So let me transform these guys. Well, I've got the guys transformed, and check them out. They don't look that bad in vehicle mode. They're very weird-looking robots, but see, Rampage here makes a pretty convincing bulldozer. He doesn't roll very well, though, which he's got decent wheels here. So I'm going to say probably he doesn't roll that well due to this shovel here dragging on the ground. And there's no moving it out of the way either, so you got to kind of make him roll on that back wheel a little. It's not the biggest deal in the world because it's still a pretty good-looking bulldozer vehicle form here. Hightower turns into a crane, as very obviously depicted by his really strange robot mode, but he turns into a good-looking crane. I mean, my brother's a crane operator, and I've seen him using Hightower here at work, and this looks really accurate. Aside from that, you don't really see Decepticon symbols on real cranes, but you know, regardless, you know, and just like Scavenger from the earlier video, he really makes use of minimal color. You know, the only paint is this white on the cockpit. The rest, well, I mean, yellow, of course, here, but that's the only different color, and it really works together. It just looks like a good crane. And check it out. You can even play with the hook a little, and he thinks about rolling. He kind of skids along more than anything. I'm going to blame that on odd balancing because this toy is not balanced very well. You can see it kind of picks up. It doesn't sit very flat. But it looks great. So these two guys wouldn't sell the Devastator set on their own. These two guys would pretty much probably only sell if they were included in a gift set, which they were. They got solid vehicle modes, and the parts they make on Devastator are solid, but those robot modes are kind of weird and a little odd. Rampage is pretty solid, just a little odd in the fact of his design in the movie, which you can't fault the toy for. And Hightower, he's just a weird little guy. I don't know what to think of him. I think I like him, but I think I like him in a bizarre way, like a look at that weird thing kind of way. Well, this is Rob for Radio Free Cybertron. www.tfradio.net for shows and showtimes, and tune in for the next part of the Devastator video review series. Thanks.